There comes a moment, maybe at 3 a.m., maybe in traffic, maybe in a crowded room filled with people who don't truly see you, when something in you breaks quietly. No sound, no collapse, just a subtle cracking somewhere beneath your ribs. You look around and suddenly everything feels staged. The smiling, the chasing, the pretending that you're okay, the endless performance of being functional. A whisper rises inside you, one you don't dare say aloud. What's the point of this? Why does life feel like a game built by people who don't care if I drown? Why does the world push back the harder I try? You scroll past another influencer selling positivity, manifestation, hustle, alignment, trust the universe. But what if the universe stopped listening? What if the only thing expanding inside you is exhaustion? Not the kind sleep fixes, the kind that makes your bones tremble. Existential exhaustion. The kind that makes you want to scream or vanish or quit everything and disappear into the quiet. Not because you're weak, not because you're lazy, but because you're tired of carrying weights too invisible for others to acknowledge. Tired of performing strength when you feel hollow. Tired of being told to keep going while something inside you whispers, I can't. You're not crazy for feeling this. You're not broken. You're waking up. You're waking up to the sickness of a world that rewards numbness, that teaches you how to succeed, but not how to stay human, that tells you how to produce, but not how to feel whole. And when your soul realizes it cannot breathe here, it collapses. It folds inward, not to kill you, but to force you into truth. That collapse, it's not weakness, it's pre-rebirth. Most people don't reach that moment without first screaming, "Fuck this world, just quit." That sentence isn't always suicidal. Sometimes it's the first honest thing you've said in years, a refusal, a boundary, a fracture in the mask that's been suffocating you. Because pretending is what's been killing you. Maybe quitting doesn't mean giving up on life. Maybe it means giving up this version of life, the version where you betray yourself just to survive, where you shrink to be acceptable, where you smile to be safe, where you abandon yourself to belong. What if quitting is sacred? Quitting the noise, quitting the game, quitting the performance, quitting the need to be liked, perfect, digestible, quitting the race you never signed up for, quitting the story written for you before you could even speak. What if falling apart is not destruction, but your soul refusing the illusion? Look deeper. Under the anger, under the exhaustion, there is grief. Grief for the years you lived by rules that weren't yours. Grief for the self you buried to fit in. Grief for the joy you postponed. The art you never made. The truth you swallowed whole. The pain you were never allowed to voice. You didn't fail. You adapted. And now the adaptation is cracking open. Waking up in a broken world hurts, but don't mistake your awakening for failure. Don't confuse your disgust with depression. Don't let this raw, burning ache convince you that something is wrong with you. This moment is holy. It's where the fake begins to fall away, where ego, mask, performance collapse, and what remains is truth. And yes, truth burns, but truth also heals. Maybe you weren't meant to thrive in a world built on emptiness. Maybe you were meant to see through it, to stand in the fire of your own breakdown and emerge real. There is power in breaking down, honesty in collapse, beauty in choosing yourself when the world never chose you. Don't rush to numb this. Don't run from it. Sit with it. Let it speak. Ask it, what are you trying to show me that I've been too afraid to see? Maybe it's the part of you begging to rest. Not out of laziness, but from fighting battles no one clapped for. Maybe it's the part that's angry, not bitter, but finally awake to how long your boundaries have been violated. Maybe it's the child inside you screaming, "Stop pretending, this hurts." If you feel like quitting, don't run from it. Listen, because the desire to quit is not a death wish. It is the soul demanding rebirth. And no one talks about this. Everyone shows the transformation, but no one shows the night before. The shaking, the unraveling, the quiet collapse on the floor when you whisper, "I can't do this anymore." But here is the truth. That whisper is not surrender. It is honesty. And honesty is the doorway back to yourself. Maybe you're not here to impress this world. Maybe you're here to expose it, to refuse shallow living, to burn the illusions, to feel what others avoid, to break cleanly so you can rise truthfully. Strength is not endurance. Strength is truth. Strength is softness. Strength is saying, I'm hurting, without shame. Maybe you've been digesting pain for so long you forgot what freedom tastes like. This world rewards performance, but your soul is done pretending. And maybe that's why you wanted to quit, because the version of you that obeyed, endured, smiled, survived, was never you. It was armor. And sometimes the only way to become who you really are is to let the armor fall apart. So if you feel like you're unraveling, good. Keep going. Break the rules you were never meant to follow. Destroy the cage you mistook for your personality. Walk away from tables where your soul starves. You don't owe anyone the performance of being okay. You were born for something real. Realness costs. It costs comfort. It costs illusion. It costs every fake smile you've ever used to survive. But in exchange, it gives you something sacred. Yourself. Not the edited version, not the masked version. The raw, cracked, breathing, feeling you. The you that remembers how to rest, how to say no, how to feel without apologizing, how to exist without performing, how to breathe without earning permission. The problem was never you. It was the story you were handed. That worth equals usefulness. That value equals productivity. That softness equals weakness. That pain equals brokenness. They lied. Your pain is proof that you're alive, that you care, that somewhere inside you is a flame that refuses to die, even if all it can do right now is flicker. So no, don't quit life. Quit the version of life that was killing you. Quit the hustle that hollowed you out. Quit the filters that erased your face. Quit the silence that chained your truth. Quit trying to be lovable by being less. Quit everything that demands the death of your soul. And once you do, what comes next will not be easy, but it will be yours. You will rebuild, not overnight, not perfectly, but moment by moment, decision by decision. You will learn to rest without guilt, to say I don't know without shame, to sit in your sadness without trying to fix it, to find joy in places that don't need to be posted, to cry without apologizing for it, to say no and mean it. You will look in the mirror, and for the first time in years you won't see someone failing. You'll see someone becoming. That's what this journey is. Not a heroic rise, but a descent into your shadow and the long walk back. Carl Jung wrote, "Only the paradox comes anywhere near to comprehending the fullness of life." You are the paradox, hurting and healing, collapsing and awakening, quitting and becoming. Because the moment you whispered, "I can't do this anymore," was the moment you stopped doing what was never meant for you. And that is where life actually begins. This isn't about being fixed, it's about being free. Free to feel, free to change, free to stop performing, free to build something real, from the ruins of who you were allowed to be. So don't fear the breaking. Only people who shatter learn how to put themselves back together without pretending. You're not weak, you're awake. The world will try to make you forget. But every time you remember, every time you choose your truth over approval, every time you sit in the dark and still choose to stay, you take your soul back. This is not the end. This is the unfiltered, unedited, uninflated beginning. And from here, you owe nothing except being real. This thing stirring inside is calling you. Don't run away. Let's continue in the next video. Subscribe.